Last time on Deltora Quest, or whatever the hell I'm calling this, you guys went. Well, you had made it to the butthole of the shifting sands, whereupon you found a large hole and had to climb down the hole. After much whining about having to climb down the hole, you began your descent. And for some reason, I don't know, you guys just had a really bad time because there was these little tiny bugs that just gave you little tiny bites, but everybody was really dramatic that like it hurt. I don't know. What was that about?
I went unconscious.
Hey, it was a test of, trying something different and actually getting to use all of your different healing capacities. It was just a different type of test.
It was fun.
I enjoyed it. I almost died.
After getting nibbled on by the little itty bitty teeny tiny little
Giant ass
bugs,
bugs.
you finally made it to the bottom where there was a really big bug. But luckily for you, Oleg was able to find the next gem rather quickly, which dissolved the. Not so much that it was an illusion, because the place was there, but basically the magic that had created it and was keeping the creatures living in that cave alive dissipated, and you now have the lapis lazuli, which, if I remember correctly, is in Octavius's possession.
Yep, I do believe so.
I think so, because I don't got it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
So once this illusion was broken, you found your guys, or found your guys. Yeah, you found some random guys just laying there. Weird. But you found yourselves once again in the shifting sands, and started off on your next journey, which was going to be to the Dread Mountain. And that is where we are now. So, the trip out of the shifting sands and onward towards the Dread Mountain has been very long and uncomfortable. You've been traveling for many, many, many days, with nothing but barren, flat, brown countryside to see. The sun has been high in the sky through the journey, hot, with very little shade to be found. But while the heat and the forever forward march seems horrible, there was a larger concern for the group, since leaving the shifting sands: a lack of water. Your water skins are almost empty, and each of you only have a few mouthfuls of water each day, and only a few sips remain. Does anybody have any way to create additional water?
Let me look at my spells.
Please hold.
Yeah, I have create or destroy water.
Fantastic. So, as the water cans start getting low, or your water skins, or whatever you're using to port water, how would you create more water? Or what is the language of that? Do you have to create it in a container of some sort, or.
Uh, yeah, I can create up to 10 gallons of clear water within range in an open container.
Okay, so you'd be able to refill them, but it's kind of like anything else. Yeah, this is nice. It's clean water, but it starts to get like that funky. It's been in the container too long, kind of taste, because it's magically created. So it's keeping you guys hydrated, but it doesn't really hit that punch. You know what I mean? When you get that really nice, cold, wet stream water, or a nice glass of water at a tavern that's just chilled perfectly. But as you guys carry on, you can see Dread Mountain looming in the distance, but it still seems incredibly far away. You each trot forward, heads down, little said. The sun has begun to go down when suddenly you hear Cree, who has been flying ahead of you, cry out as he returns to Jasmine's shoulder. Guys? Cree says that there's water ahead. There's a small pond of some sort. It's in a grove of trees not far from the road.
We should check it out.
Yeah,
What you think, guys?
I agree, let's follow the burb.
I mean, and it is it's starting to get kind of dark. I mean, it's not dark, but, it's going to be dark soon.
Yeah, I think we should investigate it, just especially before it gets dark, because we have no idea what lives there.
So let me.
Usually, if there's no water anywhere, this is going to be a predator high spot here. God is loading my map.
God's working on it. No, no, no.
Is it just me, guys, or does these trees look exactly the same?
Oh no, we don't need
Oh.
2 crees. We need a lotus. We need. Sorry, gotta find all you guys. I got so many tokens. Oleg. And I'm missing our resident goat. Oh, and
It's
Ceylin.
there.
Oh, no, I did. Okay, never mind. I was kidding. Good call. So technically, okay, I just popped you guys on there, but you'd probably be more. How do I grab all these at once? Select. Oh, well, I got half of you. That select tool is really weird. It like does it in like a weird shape. Oh. Okay, whatever. Good enough. So speaking of these trees looking similar, anybody that would like to go ahead and give me a nature check?
I need a D20. Fuck. Too many different systems. Fuck.
13.
Crit fail! Let's go.
Ooh,
Oh,
crit success. Nat 20. So 25 total.
can you beat that, Octavius? I mean, I
Definitely
guess.
not.
Okay. So, Ceylin, it's kind of interesting that you would notice this. Well, maybe not, because everything about this place is still very foreign to you. But you do notice that it seems really bizarre that, yes, all of these trees are exactly the same. They each have the exact same smooth trunk, and they each have 3 branches pointing towards the sky, and the same thick clusters of pale leaves. I was slightly limited on my trees I could select, so they don't quite totally match my description, but it's fine. And amongst the trees are a group of huge gray rocks. In the center of the trees is a spring surrounded by large white stones. One of these stones has a sign on it which reads, "Dreaming Spring, drink, gentle stranger, and welcome. All of evil, beware."
Hmm.
I am hesitant with that sign.
I don't know why you would be hesitant. It says all of evil will beware. This is a good spring.
Yeah, since leaving Dell, there's been very few niceties I've come across, so my skepticism is strong.
I thought I had a token for Feely, but I guess I don't. I need to work on that. So as you have this conversation, you will notice Kree's gonna go over here, look at the water, and just start drinking.
Oh, well,
Can
that's
I
how we
do
lose bird.
like a nature check on this water?
Sure.
Trying to see if there's anything sketchy about it.
Yeah.
That's a 13.
The 13, it is beautiful, crystal clear water. It almost appears like it's coming from some kind of underground source, but because you don't see like any kind of a stream or anything running into it, but it looks clean. It doesn't look stagnant.
Okay. I mean, Salen will fill up her canteen with the water then.
Can I do an Arcana check on this? Water.
What specifically would you be looking for with an Arcana check? Just so I kind of have an idea. See if it's magical, obviously, I guess.
Kind of like any mind-altering magics.
Gotcha. Okay, go for it.
19?
You do definitely get the sense that there is something magical about this water. However, it doesn't seem like it's in any way malevolent, so it's not like it's going to try to control you or, cause you any sickness or disabilities or anything. But there is something magical about it.
Alright. Blake will drink some from it and fill up her canteen.
I'd
Fair.
imagine Lotus would just be like, ah, screw you guys, I'm gonna go, take a nice big old swig out of this pond. She's gonna go for a swim.
She likes swimming.
Yeah, well, and it's been really hot, and Feely's probably, he's down on the bank of the pond as well, too, just splashing around with his little tiny, teeny tiny feet.
Oh, the image of that is so fucking cute.
Squeak, squeak.
These little tiny feet.
Squeak, squeak.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, Lotus is gonna swim around. I fill my canteen.
Do you
is
share
there
your insight to this?
Oh, yeah, and I share there's something magical going on here, but fuck if I know.
is there a bottom to this pond that we can see?
Sure, yeah. Yeah, it's probably at the deepest. Well, let's see, how tall's Lotus?
How tall is Timberwolf?
I want to make sure that it's not super deep, but also deep enough that the dog can swim. Because I'm very nice that way.
I think Timberwolves. Yeah, they kind of max out at about 33 inches.
So, just a little short of 3 feet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, at the deepest point, which would be in the middle of the pool, it's about 4 feet deep.
Okay.
Guys, it is kind of getting late. What do you guys think about setting up camp here? It's better than, more sand.
It will be nice to have some water nearby. I haven't slept in a pond or in a body of water for a while.
Maybe not right next to the water.
You don't want to be next to the water? I just didn't want you, completely off the map from where I was looking. So you can put yourself somewhere up there, but...
Bullock's gonna do a survival check. '17 survival check. He is kind of looking for tracks of any kind around the pool. See what kind of traffic comes by here, if at all.
There doesn't seem to be a whole lot. There are some rather strange looking footprints. But looking at them, they don't look like they're from any type of a predator. There's no claw marks or anything like that. They're almost like, I'd say like a large frog type footprint. There's a few boot marks as well too that just look like, possible travelers that have stopped here, but nothing that stands out specifically.
Okay.
There's also some,
Maybe we should investigate the rocks. Make sure there's nothing over there before we, sleep right next to them.
Are you saying you wanted to do a roll for that, or what?
Yeah, I can do that. So, I don't know what kind of check. Maybe just an investigation check?
Sure.
$18.
So are you looking for, traps around the rocks, or what are you specifically looking for?
I'm looking to see if there's anything just out of the ordinary.
There's some really big rocks, but beyond that, no, you don't find any kind of traps or anything around them. It is a little bit weird that there's just this random cluster of big rocks right here, but like I said, they're not trapped. There's nothing specifically remarkable about them.
I'm gonna poke one of them.
You poke it.
Okay,
I
then
think Sailin is
I'm gonna do
gonna
the goat thing. I'm getting on top of them.
and Saylin's gonna join Lotus in the pond.
Many kisses, many licks. She is happy dog.
Squeak, squeak.
Blake does not swim.
I think Oleg will drink a little bit and kind of wash the dust from his face. Now that he feels more at ease with the area.
Jasmine's gonna kind of come over. Yeah, she'd probably come over kind of by this tree, lean up against it, kind of look at the tree, and be like, these trees are really weird that they're all the same. Maybe I'll come over here and lay here. I don't want to
Yeah, I
lean
was
up
gonna
against
ask,
it.
do we know what kind of tree they are?
They don't look like anything that any of you have ever seen. I'll tell you guys that without rolling anything.
Because I'm looking at them and I'm hungry. So
They do not look specifically edible.
even for a goat,
I mean, technically, you're not really a goat. Only your
everything's
body
edible
halves.
once.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, if you want to try to eat it, go for it.
I am not eating the tree.
Eat the tree. Come on, eat the tree. Let's see what we can have you roll to eat the tree. What would that even be?
Survival.
I was
Nature.
gonna say nature or survival, but I want to say more survival.
Yeah, I think I like survival a little better. If you want to, go ahead and give me a survival check to try to chew on the tree, or tell me how you want to try to chew
To
on
see
the
if
tree.
I think I can safely eat the tree, I should say.
You know, walking up to it and chomping on it, or
Well, I want to make sure it doesn't seem to be toxic before I eat the tree.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and give me a survival check.
17.
17. No, it doesn't seem like it's toxic. It just seems like it's really, really hard. Like, yeah, you could probably chew on it for a while, but it doesn't seem like it's going to have a lot of nutritional value. And it might leave a few slivers in your teeth. But yeah, you can eat it.
Does that include the leaves?
Yes. Even the leaves are just very coarse. I'm trying to think of a plant that I could
So this is
compare it
like
to.
a Russian olive tree where you just don't want to touch it.
I mean, you can certainly touch it, and it's not going to make you sick, but it's just not going to do much for you either.
I will not eat the tree. So everyone just sees me walk up to the tree and I'm sniffing it. Stick my goat tongue to it. I'm like, nope, not eating it.
Jasmine is going to look at you and give you just a look of, what are you doing?
I wanted to know if I could eat it because it's a tree.
Do you usually eat trees?
Well, if I need to, yeah.
I guess. Sure. Yeah, I mean, you do you.
I mean, it's better than, chewing on paper or leather or
She will gesture down towards the edges of the pond and be like, there's like some little grassy stuff down there that might be better if you want to graze. Do you graze?
if I need to.
Huh. Interesting.
Like if there's, not a plate of food available, I'll do what I have to do.
Huh? Okay. I mean, I respect that. It's just, I guess I live in a tree. I've never thought to eat the tree.
Have you never had syrup?
How long is the lasagna?
What is that?
How long in the oven? Few
There's
hours?
trees that if you take the sap out, it's really sweet,
Huh. Yeah, the trees where I came
like
from are
candy.
kind of gnarly. I don't think, and I wouldn't feel right eating them. And I will. The thing that's really weird about these trees is, oh, like, like when we traveled through the forest when you guys found me,
Yeah.
I, these trees are quiet.
Do they all look the same?
Yes.
Yep,
Like identical?
identical.
And do we notice this?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you guys did a roll at the very beginning.
Sorry, I missed that. I was trying to get something to load up.
Oh,
Um, I,
yeah, they
I,
don't talk to
I
me.
am concerned about the trees all being the same. And then there's these
Oleg,
weird rocks right here. Like everything was placed here.
Oleg's gonna walk over to one of the trees and he's gonna do a couple things. First, he's gonna knock on the tree to see if it has a hollow sound.
Okay.
And second, he is going to cast detect magic on the tree.
So for your first one, give me a nature check to knock on the tree.
12.
12? No, it doesn't sound hollow. It doesn't get, like when you knock on a watermelon and you kind of get that like hollow sound.
Mhm.
It doesn't have that. It knocks like a tree. It sounds like wood. Very dense wood.
Okay.
And then the second half of that you were doing I
I was gonna cast detect magic on the tree.
okay. Do you have to roll anything for that?
No, it says for the duration you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic. And you learn the School of Magic.
Gotcha. So, and you're specifically focusing on the trees. So,
Yeah, and
looking
it
at the
can go
trees.
3 feet into the wood.
What was that?
It can go through 3 feet of wood.
Looking at these trees, no, there's nothing specifically magical about those. If you look around you more, you would get some hints of magic off of pretty much all of your party members. Maybe not so much Feely and Cree. No, Feely you would, or not Feely, Cree you definitely would. So you get a little, you can see that they're glowing and that there is a light shimmer coming off of this pond as well too.
As everyone knows, I have not touched the water.
Oleg is going to get a cup of water and he is going to dump the water on the tree.
Okay. You've watered the tree.
Okay.
At this point, it's starting to get relatively late.
Yeah.
The sun's starting to go down. It's starting to get dusk.
What kind of School of Magic did I see on the water?
I need to look at those because I am not super familiar with all of the different schools of magic. So, in a momento while I learn.
Oleg is busting out his magic book to look up in the magic encyclopedia.
Yes, yeah, you're comparing it with the colors, and you
He's
would
taking
get.
water samples, send them off for investigation.
No.
This water is extremely fatal to dogs.
No, definitely not that.
It's the water of dehydration. So it's Dasani.
Ugh.
I would say that this is going to fall under divination.
Divination, huh?
Hmm.
Well, I will relay my deemed findings to my colleagues, which isn't a whole lot.
I mean, the only thing I can add to this is it tastes fine. I don't see what the problem is. I don't understand why you guys are so worried about it. It's just water.
We'll look over
It's
Jasmine. After all we've been through,
not just water.
I mean, Cree drank it, and look how tiny he is. And let's be honest, he doesn't have a whole lot of life force. If something was going to happen, I think he would be the first to succumb to it. And he's fine.
well,
Okay,
this
but why is there a
entirely-
magic pond here, next to some rocks that look like they don't belong, surrounded by trees that all look identical?
I mean, why are you here with your weird goat legs? We could question everything.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hey.
I take you and throw you into the pond.
Jasmine panics for a moment because she cannot swim, but then she realizes how shallow it is and she just stands up and is like, oh, that was actually quite refreshing. Thank you. And she'll go back over here.
like maybe it's not fatal to animals and it is to humans.
I mean, I drank some. I'm fine. Saylin's swimming in it. They're fine.
I'm gonna.
She's
Hold
gonna
off on-
splash Octavius.
I will shoot you with my bow.
You're getting splashed. She's doing it.
So I'm getting
Oh.
divination vibes from the water.
Can I roll something to dodge this splash? Because I'm trying to avoid this water at all costs right now.
Dexterity
Until morning.
saving throw. And Saylin, if you want to give me what? Athletics? Let's go athletics.
Can I use shape water as a cantrip to just flake it at him?
Oh, yes, that's even better.
You can do a lot with shape water too.
What's the range? Because I'm not near the water.
I'm sure it's more than 10 feet.
Yeah, no, you're within range. It's a 30-foot range and 15, 20 feet.
Because I'm not the right spot. I'm supposed to be investigating the tree, but yeah.
Within range.
You are
I
what
like
goat.
the measure tool. Just, yep, definitely in range still.
Wait, wasn't I
You wanna use
investigating
my
the
spell
rocks?
save DC since he's doing a
But then you
dexterity
came
saving
over and
throw?
tried to eat the tree.
Yeah, but there's a tree right here
Okay.
by the rocks.
Wait. Okay, well, you're still, if Saylin swims over here, you'd still be. Look at that.
I am not getting wet.
You're getting wet. Roll your dex save.
It's just my roll plus my dexterity modifier, right?
Yep.
16.
That does beat my DC. My spell save DC.
So you
The
are
dog.
able to avoid that splashing missile of water.
The dog
So it
sees
hits the rock
Salin,
behind me.
sees Salin try to flick water like, oh, we're playing with water. Comes over, shakes off completely before you have a chance to do it. Dog just walks over, da-da-da-da-da-da. Wet.
No, I just dodged this. I am not getting wet. I am wanting to wait to see if you guys turn into mushrooms or something from drinking this stupid magic water.
You're getting wet. You threw somebody in. It's time for you.
The throw-in was a joke. You guys just went with it.
Hey, you said it. It happened. It's canon now. You threw Jasmine in the pond.
And the dog got you wet. And splash.
Still not drinking the water.
Okay.
Getting divination magic off the water, so it's not going to turn you into anything. It might give you trippy visions of the future, but that's about it.
Should we be drinking divination magic water right before we go to sleep?
Well, I already did, so
I had an acid trip waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna drink what's left of my canteen of water, the little bit I had left. And should I need to fill in the morning, I will, if everyone's still normal.
okay. Well, like, specifically, have you drank any of the water? Have you done anything with the water besides just looked at the water a lot?
I sipped it some.
Okay. And
I
Saylin,
washed
I'm
my
assuming
face.
you did just because you're all up in it.
At this point, I'm absorbing it through my skin.
Ah, yes.
I didn't go ham like drinking it. I just had like a little bit. Just wash the freaking
Okay.
sand stuff out of my mouth and that.
Eh,
Because I may not be as paranoid about it as Octavius, but he's still on edge.
gotcha. What about you, Blake?
Oh yeah, Blake's drink it
Okay.
like a lot, and yeah, they've been slightly playing in it, but Blake doesn't like water that much.
Gotcha. So Jasmine gets all of her stuff. She, sits down. She eats her little bit of, nuts and whatever she's got in her bag. And well, guys, I'm really tired. I think I'm gonna head to bed. Did we want to keep watch or anything?
Yeah, it's probably smart. We're in.
I'll take first shift
Okay.
because I'm gonna watch over all these crazies that just drank from this magical lake.
Leyland could sleep in the pond.
Will anybody else take a turn on doing watch or
Oh,
Blake will.
oh.
what's our order here?
Oleg will take last watch.
Okay.
I guess I get middle.
Saylin, are you gonna take watch at all, or are you just gonna go to sleep?
I was planning just, do I need to take a fourth watch? Because I can if I will, or if I need to, I will. It just,
Oleg can take a longer watch. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind split it up into 3.
Okay, so you guys settle in for the night. Oleg and Blake, are you gonna sleep right there on the edge of the pond?
Oleg is going to build like a little tiny fire over here by the rocks.
Okay.
Not a very big one, just a small one, and just kind of use the back of the rocks as like a
Oops.
This
A
might be a
resting
really
spot.
bad idea, but Lotus is going to be down on the ground. I am asleep on this branch.
Okay. Oh, are we sleeping over here? I would rather stick close to you guys, so I'll come over here and sleep here. I'll put myself over here. Because I want to sleep that close. Actually, maybe I'll come sleep over here. Well, no, I don't like that because I don't like Salem being down there quite so. Yeah. Okay. We're going to sleep here.
I'm good. She's just bounding in and out of the water, doing all sorts of dolphin shit.
She's a really, really fast swimmer.
Yeah. She has a swim speed of, I think, 30 feet. In 6
Jesus.
seconds. That's, she's sprinting as fast as she can swim.
Okay.
your domain.
So I would like a flat D20 roll from Oleg, Blake, and Salin.
10.
15.
17.
Okay. Perfect. So you guys all tucked in for the night?
Yeah.
Does Octavius read a bedtime story or sing a song for everybody so they can go to sleep?
If needed, but I'm not really doing it.
Okay. You're
Lynn
a
is
great
like-
bard.
So Lynn's like on the bottom of the pond. Got herself a
I
nice
can
little
rap for
mud
you
bed.
guys, though.
Oh, great.
The rapping bard.
All right. So as you guys
I'll bring
get,
out one of my
oh,
instruments and softly play it.
oh, that's nice. Nice flute or something. So everybody gets all comfy. Octavius takes up his mantle of his watch on that big rock. Blake, as you lay down to go to sleep, your thoughts travel back to Dell and your family there. You can't help but wonder how your spouse and all of those children of yours are faring in your absence. Are the children eating their vegetables? Are they still working on their schoolwork? There is no school in Dell, but you and your spouse have been educating the children, teaching them how to read and write and basic math skills. As these thoughts go through your head,
Those poor kids.
you doze off to sleep. You find yourself in a very vivid dream. You instantly recognize this place. You are standing in the backyard of your home. As you look around, you see your youngest child, little Rosie, crouched behind the large bush that grows by the back fence wall, and she's messing with something. Do you say anything? Do you move? Do you just watch her?
What is she doing?
She's messing with something behind the bush. You can't really see what she's doing from where you're at.
I'm gonna walk over and see what she's doing.
Do you say anything to her?
Probably just what you got there.
So, as you walk over and you speak to her, Rosie doesn't seem to hear you or see you, even though you're standing a few feet away. The bush is still obscuring your view of what she is messing with, but after a bit, Rosie stands up. You can see that she has tried to glue 2 sticks into an arch with some pine sap. She has tied a string to the ends of the arch and has glued another stick underneath. As you watch, she picks up a smaller, sharpened stick and tries to fit it into the string of her improvised crossbow. She pulls the string back, and the sap gluing the 2 sticks of the arch together gives way, and with a loud pop, smacks Rosie on the top of the head. Rosie begins
No!
Rosie begins to wail loudly. Matthias, one of your older sons, pops out the back door of the house and runs to Rosie. Do you say anything as he comes out?
Probably just like I don't even.
Or
Probably
do you
not,
try to go
honestly.
to her, or what do you do as he's
I'm
coming
gonna-
out?
Try and go up to her and try and touch her.
So as you try to go over and touch her, your hand just goes through her. You can't actually touch her, and she doesn't seem to, again, notice that you're there. And so you see Matthias comes out and yells out, Rosie, what are you doing? While he looks at the jumble of sticks and string on the ground, and Rosie looks up and she's still crying, and she says, I was trying to make a crossbow like Mama's so I can go find her and help her. As you watch, Matthias embraces Rosie and says, Rosie, you are the bravest little girl I know, and someday you will be a great adventurer, just like Mom. But maybe you better wait until you get a bit bigger. But Matthias, I want to go now. I miss Mama. I know, Rosie. We all do. But you just wait. She'll be back soon. Maybe while we wait, we can see about building you a better crossbow that won't give you a bump on the head. And you watch, and Rosie's little face lights up, and she gives Matthias a great big hug, and she says, Matthias, you're the bestest! And with that, the vision goes dark, and you fade into a very peaceful sleep for the rest of the night. Say, Lynn, you are taking your nice little underwater sleeping thing. Is that normally how you would prefer to sleep, as underwater?
Yeah.
Okay. So you settle in for the night as well, and as you gaze up at the weird lights in the sky, you wonder about this strange place you found yourself. Again, this place just doesn't seem right, and it doesn't seem like something you know, but it's also familiar in some way. If only you could remember where you're from. More of who you are. Your friends? Your family? You just can't remember. You float around and try to get comfortable in your water pond, and eventually you fall asleep. And you find yourself standing in a very large, dark lit or dark area lit with torches. As you look up, you can't see those weird bright spots that you were looking at before up in the sky. But this feels right to you. The sparkling lights just shouldn't be up in the air like that. It's not natural. You glance around and you see that you're standing by some kind of a structure. It kind of looks like a smallish hut. Looking at it, you get a feeling of longing deep in your chest. Gazing at the structure, you hear a voice behind you say, "Oh, Saylin, I miss you so much." And as you turn, you see an older woman sitting on a bench about 10 feet away or so. And she's looking up and doesn't seem to notice you standing there. Do you do anything?
Uh, is this? Do I have memory of this woman, or do I just I don't recognize her at this moment, right? I don't really have my
You
memories.
don't really have your memories, but you just get this really warm feeling in your chest. And there's something, you just know that this is a maternal feeling. And
Mhm.
so, with that overwhelming feeling, you can guess that this is probably your mother.
Uh, she'll move forward and go to sit beside the woman. Uh, how long have I been gone?
And she doesn't seem to hear you, and she doesn't see you. You watch as she wipes her eyes and sighs deeply and says, "Please, please be safe, Saylin, wherever you may be." And the vision fades, and you go peacefully to sleep. Oleg. Oleg. Dramatic pause while I flip my pages of notes. Here we go. So, Oleg, so much has happened since you left Dell. You look around at your companions as you lay down for the night, and you have gained 3 new friends on this trip, but you have also lost a friend as well. The thought of the loss clutches at your heart, and you have a flicker of doubt about your quest, and if it's truly worth it. As soon as that thought goes through your mind, you also remember what it's like in Dell. Grey guards everywhere, people living in destitution and squalor, children going hungry, the children in the orphanage that have lost all of their family to the tyranny that rules over Deltora. As these thoughts go through your head, your eyes get heavy, and you doze off. You find yourself standing in a dimly lit, stone walled room. The room is damp and smells of sickness and feces. Turning towards the light source, you see that one wall of the room is made of iron bars, and you intuitively know that you are in the dungeon below the Palace of Dell. A rustling noise catches to your side catches your attention, and looking, you see Jared, the blacksmith, bound in shackles to the wall. He is filthy and looks frail from obvious hunger. Do you do anything?
I think Ulk would go to them, and Ulk would try to find a way to try to free him.
So as you reach towards him, your hand just goes through him and you can't interact with him at all and he doesn't seem to notice that you're there. But you do watch as you're doing this and Jared suddenly jerks his head towards the door of the cell as there's a jingle of metal outside the door. And you hear him whisper in a shocked voice, "Brandon." Looking towards the door, you see 3 men standing outside the cell. A tall, slender man in a dark, long robe is in the front, unlocking the cell door. 2 gray guards are behind him, holding torches. Give me a history check, Oleg.
Very nice. 19?
19. So this name that he whispered, Prandin, or Prandine, was King Endon's chief advisor. And as you think this and you look at this man, the man walks in the room and he says, "No, blacksmith. The one named Prandon died many years ago when he fell from the tower. I am Fallow. Master likes this form," Fallow says, gesturing to his body. So tell me, blacksmith, where are your friends? And as you look back at Jared, he says, what friends? You know who I speak of. The half-orc Oleg, the dragonborn Titanius, and that little rat Blake. Where are they?
Mouse.
I don't know where they are. I haven't seen them for a long time. I fear that they are dead. And as you watch, Fallow eyes Jared for a bit. He says, I don't believe you, blacksmith. I believe you know where they are. Master is displeased. Certain allies have been killed, and property of the master has been stolen. And I believe your little pathetic friends have something to do with it. There have been whispers of a group of travelers matching their descriptions in these areas. But we believe this is some pathetic attempt of Endon or his heirs to reclaim their kingdom. So I ask again, blacksmith, where are your friends? King Endon or his heir? The king has been dead for hundreds of years, and he had no children, says Jared. And as you watch, Fallow's eyes narrow to slits. The pathetic king's whore wife was with child when they ran away from the palace, like the cowards they were. Perhaps the child survived. Well, if that's the case, it's unknown to me. I know nothing of King Endon's demise, says Jared, meeting Fallow's eye. Fallow, as you watch, he again stares intently at Jared. And as you watch, he reaches into his robes and he pulls out a little book with a blue cover, which you instantly recognize as being the original book of the Belt of Deltora. We found this in your house, blacksmith. Where did you obtain this? And as you're watching Jared, there's a brief flash across his face, and he says, I don't recall. This book is known to us, blacksmith. It came from the library here in this palace. How did it end up in your little hovel of a home? Well, I lived near the palace as a child. I found it in some rubbish. I see. Well, perhaps your wife will be of more assistance than you have been. And as Fallow says this, you see Jared's face go even more pale. He says, Anna! Where's Anna? Don't hurt her! And he starts pulling at his bindings, and Fallow just kind of smirks and turns and leaves the cell, locking the door behind him. As the footsteps fade away, you hear Jared speak again very quietly. He says, be strong, friends. Wherever you are doing well, and you will succeed. You must. And you fade into a deep sleep for the rest of the night. So, Octavius, at the end of your watch, are you going to go wake up Blake?
Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Is I patrol around the local area, make sure nothing seems off, and then go wake up Blake.
Okay.
Hit up the local pubs and stuff.
Yeah. And Blake, he wakes you up, and you do vividly recall this dream, but, you seem fine, everything seems fine, and you can go ahead and take your watch.
Cool.
How's Blake feeling after this vision?
Sad. She's homesick like hell. It shows on her face too. Like she wants her kids. She wants to go home.
Would I notice the depressed look on their face?
Oh yeah. She's not trying to hide it.
Is everything okay? What's wrong?
I had a dream about some of my kids, and I want to go home.
I hope we can get you back there sometime. How many kids do you have?
How many did we say, Mom?
20 some odd kids. I don't know. There was a
20,
bunch.
20s. I think it's like 27. So yeah, 27.
Jesus.
You're a mouse. I understand that. I'm not even phased by that.
But yeah, Rosie and Matthias, specifically, one of my youngest and my oldest boy. I just want to go home. I want to be done. Like, this is great and all, but I miss my family.
Well, if you ever need anything, just let me know.
She nods and goes and sits in her watch spot and thinks.
Seeing that nobody's turned into a mushroom, I'm gonna go drink some of the water. Fill up my canteen.
Okay. And then you settle in for the night?
Yep.
Alright. Well, since nobody has turned into a mushroom, you settle in for the night. And as you're sitting there and you've had this conversation with Blake about being homesick and stuff, you've always been a bit of a traveler. You've like to go out and, as they say, sow your wild oats. And it's been that way since you were a young kid. However, as you settle in for the night and look around at your traveling companions, you wonder if it might be possible to have bitten off more than you could chew with this weird ragtag group. You want adventure, but not the kind that hurts you. You absently scratch at one of the bug bites that you got in the cavern in the shifting sands. For some reason, this one is taking longer than the others to heal. Maybe because of the location of the bite, or maybe because of that one time. Nope. You're not even going to think about that night. You're not going to think about it. Eventually, the itching stops enough that you're able to nod off. And as you fall asleep, you find yourself standing in a room filled with people and music. The people are laughing and drinking ale out of large mugs. As you turn, you see a couple of bards standing on a stage area. One is singing while the other plays the accompanying tune to the song on his lute. Wait, you know this tavern. You hear a voice behind you say, "What'll it be, sugar?" And you turn around hesitantly. Oh no, it's her, Rachel. But wait, she looks a little bit different from what you remember. She looks a bit older, a little bit less vibrant, and maybe a little more sallow in the cheeks. She has her hand on the arm of a man who is looking at her approvingly. And as you watch, he leans down and whispers something to her. "Oh my! Well, sir, for someone as handsome as you, that'll be 40 silver pieces." The man reaches into his pocket and hands her some coins. You watch as she takes him by the hand and leads him to a closed door and takes him inside. And with this, you do a little bit more scratching in your sleep, and you fade into a dark sleep for the rest of the night.
You turned me into a man whore.
Hey, you didn't give me a lot to work with when I messaged you, so that's what you got.
I gave you everything you asked. You didn't. I said I didn't have any relationships.
I
Really, I didn't say I
know,
was.
I know. Well, she was first love. You met her in a tavern. It's fine. It's fine. It goes with the times.
Less than 40 silver.
Uh, let's see. Roll me a D100.
Oh God, give me a second.
97.
Really, this app doesn't have a D100 in it?
You can use the one in Owlbear.
That's what I was looking at. I don't see a D100 in there.
It's the percentile one.
I
You
think
you click it. It's just the 00.
yeah, that'll do it. 62 silver was your charge. You were really
Right.
young.
And I'm also feeling ripped off now that I saw the 40 silver thing.
So, Blake, the rest of your watch goes fine. You're sitting there watching, over everybody watching the camp, and it's quiet, it's peaceful. You're definitely homesick thinking about your kids, but nothing else happens for the rest of your watch.
Okay, I'll go wake up Oleg for his watch.
He's really hard to wake up for some reason.
Oleg wakes up and looks at Blake and sees the sadness, and I'm guessing you had a dream too.
She kind of just nods, defeated.
What happened?
Um, saw my kids. 2 of them at least, and yeah, kind of homesick.
Yeah, I can. Oddly enough, I really don't have family back home, but I am kind of feeling that way as well. And then Oleg will retell his dream of the blacksmith and the dude. Brendan? Oh, the guy pretending to be Brendan.
Fallow.
Yeah.
His name is Fallow.
So the blacksmith, he's in trouble, and I feel guilty that he's suffering for us, and probably his wife.
God damn it.
Well, good news is your kids weren't in any immediate danger, so to be honest, I'm kind of surprised that they haven't gone after your family since they know of us. So hopefully your husband does well protecting your family.
I hope so.
Well, get some more sleep. I'll keep watch the rest of the night.
She nods and skitters up the tree into her little spot.
And Oleg will walk over to where Octavius is and watching him repeatedly scratch himself.
Beautiful.
Is that? Oh.
Don't judge.
Might have to look at that when he's awake.
You will not be looking at that.
Then Oleg will go over to the water and gaze over and see how Salen's doing.
She's sleeping like a baby down there.
Then he'll walk over and inspect Jasmine.
She's sound asleep. She's laying on her side, and she has Cree tucked under one arm and Feely's tucked up underneath her chin, and all 3 of them are just sleeping.
Oleg will go perch himself up on the stone and just keep watch the rest of the night.
So, as you're keeping watch, again, it's very peaceful in this area. There's, a light breeze that's blowing over, which is really nice with how hot it's been through your travels. And things stay nice and quiet. However, as it starts to just lighten up just a little bit, it's still pretty dark. I'd say, that time right before sunrise when it seems like it's almost the darkest.
Yeah.
You hear a little something. Give me a perception check.
$27.
You see clear back to Dell. No.
I
Kidding.
can see clearly now.
So, with that perception check, you hear a slight splashing noise and a lapping of water as if someone or something is drinking from the spring. And I will tell you, with that 27, it seems to be coming from this area down here.
In fact, he's drank 12 ounces.
I think Oak will try to be as quiet as he possibly can and try to get to about like over here to maybe see what's drinking. Because he's instantly worried now due to the fact that Salen's in the water.
So, like, kind of over here by where Jasmine is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, as you walk over there, and I'm imagining you're being probably pretty stealthy.
Yeah, Kronk style.
Okay. You see a plump, round shape that is bent over the water, lapping. It's about the size of a very large dog, but far rounder. The skin on its back and its sides is oddly marked, folded, and rippled. Suddenly, the creature stands up and locks eyes with you. Its eyes startled, and its little whiskers stiffen with fright. And this is what you're seeing over here.
If you show a picture of me, I'm going to be totally okay with it.
Nope.
That
Happening.
Look, the pictures that they used or the creatures they used in the anime are horrible. I'm like, that is not what they look like in my head. They look like these fucking Pokemon, so that's what I'm using. So, here you are. So, as you lock eyes with this creature, you don't feel a sense of fear. If anything, you feel calmed and comforted. What do you do?
Oof. Well, first he's gonna say hello to see if it speaks.
And as you watch, she blinks at you and kind of smiles and says, "Hi, what's your name?"
My name is Ingo Montoya.
"Oh, that's a big name. I'm Prin."
My name is Oleg.
Oleg?
Yes.
Oh, I'm little one. I mean Prin. Um, yeah, I'm Prin. And she starts waddling over to you, and she's got really short little stumpy legs, so she just looks like a little walking blob as she kind of toddles over here, and she gets a little closer, and, Oleg, give me a history check.
Not
Tripping
Oleg's strong
balls.
suit.
It's okay.
I got another 19.
All
How
right.
about that?
So, once you look at her and she gets a little bit closer, you know why you're getting this warm feeling from her. You know what she is. She's a kin. They are fabled flying creatures that almost every child in Dell knows of. You even had a plush of a kin as a child, which is kind of strange because you didn't really have a lot of toys, but you had this little stuffed kin.
Is this kind of like a Korok from Breath of the Wild?
I have no idea. Because I don't know what that is.
Haven't played it.
Huh?
We own it, but we haven't played it.
Yeah, I started and didn't get very far, and then I quit. Because that's what I do.
I get that from my mother.
Oh, Link,
Yes.
will you play with me? As she says this, you realize she is very young. Standing upright, she only reaches probably about up to your shoulder, but full grown kin, you have been told they were so large that people in the old days They had sometimes mistook them for dragons and tried to shoot them down out of the sky.
Well,
Please, the others are still dreaming. And she gestures over towards the large gray rocks around the spring and in the wooded area. And you realize that these really aren't rocks. You guys have been sleeping with these kin. Will you play hide and seek with me?
I would love nothing more than to play hide and seek with you.
Yay! I'll go hide first, okay? Count to 10 or 15. I don't know. What do you want to count to?
How about we count to 20?
Okay. And she rushes away, and you watch as she heads off over here somewhere.
Okay.
Uh,
So all it does is 1 to 20 count.
so as you're counting and you get to about, 9, 10, you hear Prin let out a little squeak. Eek! And then you hear another voice say, I got it! Help me! It's putting up a fight, Karn 4. And then the other responds, Give it a kick, Karn 5. And you're gonna see that I can drop these on here. I can do it. These two gray guards have Prin. And then do you go over to... Do you start going over there? What do you do? What are you doing, Oleg?
First thing Oleg does, if I'm correctly where I'm at, I'm going to maybe a little too physical, but I'm going to kick Jasmine. And Oleg is going to book it to where the Grey Gardens are, while yelling at the top of my lungs for people to wake up. 2 arms! 2 arms!
Jasmine just wakes up. Ow! Who kicked me?
2 arms!
Yeah, I have
Wake
2
up.
arms. Yes. Why did you kick me?
We have enemies.
Yeah,
Wake
we
the others.
know.
Wake the others.
Oh, like right
Bad
now.
guy.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, like right now.
So
So,
Oleg gets over here.
Oleg, give me. Let's see. Well, before you do, so as you're running over there, these gray guards haven't seemed to notice you, other than they're starting to turn. But as you start screaming, before you started screaming, though, you hear one say, "Pig for breakfast, Karn 4." And the other one looks at him. It's not a pig. Look at its feet. Well, whatever it is, it'll make a good breakfast. Give me another perception check.
Well, I crit, so that's 31.
Okay, so you're going to see this really intently. Really intently. So suddenly, the 2 great guards that are holding Prin, they start screaming and staggering around. And by this point, I would say that all of you are awake. Jasmine's roused everybody. I don't know how she would have specifically woken up Salin. Yeah, she probably would have
Throw a
just...
rock in the pool, in the puddle.
Throw a rock at it. She probably just wait in there and be like, wake up! Can you hear me under the water? I don't know. But as you guys all start rousing yourselves and rushing over, I would imagine you're rushing over to Oleg, or are you just going to leave him to his own devices?
Definitely leaving him to his own devices.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
It's fine. It's on him.
Okay. Jasmine's going to head over this way for sure. She'll...
Everyone's
Great
staying
team.
over here, just staying in the water.
Oh, God, I moved the map. Hold on, stop it. No, Blake, give me that one back. That's Cree. Thank you.
He was still over here.
I know, I was trying to grab him. I accidentally grabbed the whole map instead. So again, Oleg, as you are rushing over to Prin, so these gray guards, they start screaming and staggering around, and all around you, the large stones are starting to move. And the rest of you don't know why these rocks are moving, but that's not your largest concern right now, because your friend is in trouble. But these gray guards, they start screaming even louder and louder. And as you watch, their feet begin to sprout roots. that snake into the ground while their legs are drawn together. As you continue to watch, their bodies begin to stretch grotesquely up and up and up, and their arms raising above their heads, and with a sudden pop, both of the gray guards turn into trees, identical to the other trees near the spring.
Oleg busts out laughing because I'm remembering Octavius tried to eat the tree.
Oh dear.
I'm glad I didn't chew the tree. But I feel really bad for the rock I was sleeping on because there's probably goat pellets up there and whatever scabies I've got.
Oleg, Ren, are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, that was scary. They were bad. They were bad. They were bad. You're not bad. You're not bad, are you? No, you drank the water. You're not bad.
No, I'm not bad. I came to help you, but seems like you're able to take care of yourself.
I-
Good job.
I didn't do anything. They drank the water.
Oh,
Oh,
is
so that's
that
what
what
happened.
happens to bad people?
I
Love
told
that.
you. And all of evil will beware.
So
He's a good
there's
poet.
a lot of bad people who drank out of this water. I'm all looking around.
I'm guessing there's a few gray guards.
Oh god, as it popping up, I'm hearing the voice, Chansey, Chansey, Chansey.
So one of these kin is going to rush over. We'll have it be this one. And she grabs Prin. Prin, are you okay? Are you okay? And Prin, yeah, Mama, I'm okay. I'm sorry. And you see this bigger one. She says, "You must stay curled until we wake up, little one. Look what has happened. One of these evil ones could have killed you. For all you know, these others," and she gestures at you guys, "they could have meant you harm. Get over here right now." And Prin waddles over beside her, what you're assuming is her mother. And as you watch, Prin climbs in her mother's little pouch, because each of these has a little pouch, or at least the females do. But, Mama, the evil ones drank from the spring, so all is well. Yes, but you could have known they wouldn't. You couldn't have known that they would drink from the spring, young one. Now be quiet while we talk to these others. She turns towards you, Oleg, and she says, "Thank you for helping my daughter."
You are most welcome, though I honestly wasn't able to do anything because according to your daughter, they drank the water and turned into trees. Which I guess that's what the sign means.
Yes, yeah. If you have bad intentions in your heart, yeah, you become one of these trees. But if you don't, then it's just the dreaming spring. You can dream of being anywhere you've been before, or seeing anybody that you knew.
Yes, I dreamed a dream last night.
Oh, they're not just dreams, you know.
Yeah, I believe you.
Blake starts crying.
Oh, we made that. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, I just miss my kids even more now.
Oh, would you like a hug? I'll come hug you. And she's gonna come up, toddle over, and as you watch, she again, they have these little tiny stubby legs, and she just waddle, 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 waddle,
Picks
waddle,
you
waddle.
up and shoves you in her pouch.
Yep, she picks you up, she scoops you, she gives you a great big snuggly mom hug, and then tucks you down into her pouch. There you go.
Blake is going to let this happen.
Okay.
Blake is just gonna let this happen.
And
There's worse things.
Prin is in there as well too.
Does she scoop up Lotus also?
No, Lotus isn't crying. She was more worried about you. The mom instinct was strong with her.
Okay, that's fair.
I can't get a hold of Lotus or you for some reason.
Lotus is on top of him.
Yeah.
Me.
There you go. Okay, you guys are both in the pouch.
Blake's just sad. Blake's having a time.
She's just gonna keep patting you on the head. Thank you all so much. Prin is our last little one. We haven't had children for a long time.
Why not?
Oh, we're not really from here. We just come here in the winter when it was too cold on the mountain. We just come here to the Dreaming Spring for the winter. And then, it's okay here, but there's not really any great nutrients that, help us to sustain and have babies. We miss the boolong trees.
So you're from Dread Mountain?
Yes, and the name makes it sound so much worse than it actually is. But yes, but we don't dare go back there.
Well, that is our destination.
Oh, you shouldn't go there.
Well, as much as I'd like not to, we are on a
Really have
quest to find the stones.
I like how they said that it makes it sound far worse than it is, and then the second we're wanting to go, they're like, "Oh, don't do that."
Well, you really have to be careful for the dread gnomes that live on the mountain. They're very sneaky little critters. They're just sneaky, bad little guys. And many years ago, they started using poison on their arrows. And they've always hunted us, kin. It's horrible, but they've always hunted us. But once they started using the poison, I mean, we had no chance. So we can't go back to our home.
Well, we're on a quest for the fabled stones, and maybe if we're successful, we'll be able to help you with this problem.
Fabled stones. You're looking for rocks?
Well,
Sort of.
we're currently looking for the diamond, the emerald, and the amethyst. So whichever one is in Dread Mountain is the one we're going for.
And you see her, like, little eyebrows, like, her forehead scrunches up. She's like, I don't know what any of that means. I don't.
I show him my stone that I'm holding.
Yes, that's pretty. I don't know anything about these.
Blake pops their head out. Magic stones make place bad because they're separated. We put stones back together, make place better. You go home. That makes sense?
Oh, this I understand. Yes, I do understand this. Yes.
Okay, got it.
You help get rid of bad gnomes that shoot us with poison arrows?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, I will shoot them with my arrows.
Oh, I'm not sure that I feel great about that specifically, but
We can at least broker a peace with them, so that way they don't mess with you anymore.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that would be great. Because if we could go home, oh, I miss the trees, and the boolong pine cone thingies. They're like seeds, and oh, they're so good. They're so tasty. And Prin pops out of her mom's little pouch, and she's like, "I've never got to see the trees. I was born here."
I imagine Blake and this thing are the same size.
No,
I had
she
one of those
is
seeds
bigger
in my
than you.
pouch.
God damn it!
Yes. I mean, she comes up to Oleg's, what did I say, elbow? Shoulder? Shoulder, yes. And she's young. The others are very large. They're over 10 feet tall.
Yeah. Defeat.
So, how are you
Can I
gonna...
have one of the pine cones in my satchel, please, from all my travels?
No, you would not specifically have one of these. Sorry.
Dang it, because I wanted to give them the pine cone.
They only grow on Dread Mountain, and for reasons you'll understand in the future, you would not have one of these.
I bet they're huge.
How are you guys getting to the mountain?
Walking.
Oh, that's going to take a very long time.
No quicker way?
Prin, you stay here with your little friends, and we're going to go have a meeting. Do not wander off, little one. And all of these kin are going to go over here. Blurp, blurp. Oh, look, they line up so nicely. Oh, nope. Fucking line up like the rest of them.
We just hear Chansey, Chansey, Chansey.
And, you know, as you guys are, you can certainly feel free to make your breakfast, do whatever you're doing. They sit here and they have this, like, little hush-hush meeting for probably about an hour. And then one of them comes back over. It's the same one that you were speaking with, and she's like, well, oh, by the way, my name's Bruna. I'm little one's mom.
I'm Oleg.
Oh, nice.
This is Jasmine. You met Blake.
Oh, yes. Oh, and she would have put Blake down when she went to the meeting, just FYI.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
And I introduce Octavius and Salen. And then Lotus. And Cree and Feely.
So, we've had a meeting, and we really want to go home. And if we can assist you on your journey, well, the four of us are willing to do that. Again, my name is Bruna. These are my friends, Marin, Elisa, and Saren. And we can take you to the mountain. It would only take, well, we'd have to stop part way overnight, but yeah, it would be really quick. It'd take about 2 days.
And how exactly would we get there quicker?
Oh, we can fly.
Wow. Oleg's mine are terrified of heights, but
Where do you keep your wings?
Oh, they're behind us, and they flap their wings.
Chansey got an upgrade.
Yeah. And they do have very large wings, and that's why they look so weirdly crumpled when Prin was bending over drinking out of the spring, is it's their wings that fold up on their sides.
What is that, like the Alolan or whatever variant?
The lone variant? Yeah.
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 I don't know how fast you guys can walk. We walk really slow, but I'm sure you guys could probably walk faster than us, but it would still probably take you at least a week, if not longer, to get to the mountain from here.
Yeah, something like that.
I welcome the help. Anything to shorten the time would be much appreciated. Looks at everybody else to see if they agree.
Jasmine.
I nod my head. I agree.
Jasmine's like, sure, yeah, I'm totally fine with that. I like the heights. I live in the top of a tree. Cree looks a little disgruntled.
Cree could probably fly next to everybody. I mean, I can fly.
So how do we do this? Do we get in your pouches?
Yeah, we'll carry you.
Okay.
And you watch as Prin, she stomps over and she's like, they won't let me go.
Olek will walk over. Well, someone's got to watch your friends, right? You be a good lookout.
But I have nothing to dream of. Everybody else gets to dream of the mountain when they're curled at night, but I don't. The only place I've been is here, and I want to go see the mountain.
Well, when we clear the mountains, then you'll be able to.
But I want to go now.
I know. But we also don't want you to get hurt either. We don't want your mom to worry.
When you're a big flying egg, you'll get to go too.
I'm not an egg.
Debatable. I didn't say that out loud though.
Fine. She's just gonna stomp away and go hide. So yeah, if you guys have had your breakfast, we can go now.
Sounds like a plan. Unless you guys
You guys didn't.
What was that?
I don't remember eating.
Oh, well, I said that it took them like an hour to do their meeting thing, and you guys could go have your breakfast and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay, so, Marin is the largest of the kin, so she is going to carry Oleg. And then, Aisla will carry Octavius. Bruna has already bonded with Blake, so she'll take Blake. And, is this your companion? This little fuzzy thing right here?
That's my dog. Yeah.
Okay, it's called Dog. Dog? Come here,
Wolf.
dog.
That's Lotus.
Oh, Lotus! Come here. And will Lotus let her scoop her and put her in her pouch?
I think having seen Blake have the same treatment, Lotus kind of reluctantly is picked up like a puppy.
Okay. Saylin, how big are you? Like, how tall?
I think I have it written down. I'm pretty sure she's 5'6".
5'6". Okay, so the last one. Lotus isn't super big. So Jasmine will end up going with Bruna as well, and Saylin, you will go with Saren. So you guys climb into their pouches. Everybody give me... Oh... Give me performance checks. I want to see how gracefully each of you gets into these pouches.
Oh dear.
5.
Tracks.
Saylin just walks up and like bumps into her
Bailey
kin.
doesn't know what the hell a pouch is.
Oh, we got a 10.
Oleg, as you try to get in, you're trying to get like a foot heaved up there, but you're not super like flexible. You're all about strength, not, being limber. And you just kind of fall over on your ass as you're trying to get a foot heaved up there. And she giggles and reaches down and pulls you up by the hand and helps heave you in. Blake.
I got an 18.
Blake, you've already been in here. You know how this works. And you just scramble up and you tuck in and your little head sticks over and you're like, I'm ready!
Oh god, this character.
Octavius, what'd you get?
I was hoping I rolled 1, but I got a 25.
25, you magically pirouette into this pouch. It is the most graceful thing any of us, or any of you, have ever seen.
Like, you don't even see it happen. I'm just in there, just poof, and I'm inside the pouch.
You pop out. Ta-da! So, you guys are all in these pouches, and...
You guys just hear my flute. You don't even see me because I'm in the pouch. You just hear my flute coming out of the belly.
So these kin, they start walking, and they waddle, 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 and they are going to head... Oh, I didn't put it specifically on the map, so you'll just have to use theater of the mind, but... They walk up a short embankment of rocks, and as you look, you can see, for those of you that have your faces sticking out of the pouch, that it's basically a cliff. And as you watch each one of these kin, one at a time, they will start running. And they don't run very fast, but they're getting as much momentum as they can. And let's see. Uh, how about each of you roll me a luck chance? Let's see who goes first.
17.
4.
6.
And Octavius?
I have no idea how this even works.
Oh, it's
For
just a
luck.
flat d20.
Okay. Well, 12.
12. So Celine is going to go first. So Celine, you're in this little pouch. Are you peeking out at all as this is happening?
Oh yeah, she's ecstatic to experience this.
Okay. So you're bouncing along because it's not a very smooth ride as she's running. And then she just belly flops basically off of this cliff and you are falling. And you see the ground rushing, but then at the last moment her wings catch the air and she starts flying forward.
They all hear a very high pitched scream as they fall.
And this is basically what each one of you will experience as these kin belly flop off of this cliff and start taking flight. Everybody give me a constitution saving throw as you each take flight.
Uh-oh.
18.
6.
Oh boy.
14.
Celine?
Sorry, I blacked out. I blacked out. What?
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 9.
So, Celine, Blake, and Jasmine, this takeoff is rough. And you guys have just had breakfast. And you're each able to at least luckily manage to stick your heads out of the pouch before ralphing all over the place.
During the fall or after they've gone airborne?
What was that?
During the falling process or after they
Just during
use
the
the wings
falling
and climb back up?
process. Yes, during the falling process is you're falling and then the wings snap and you can't quite hold breakfast down very well.
Oh god, that would splash right back up into their faces.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, I'm with.
Poor
I'm with
Chancey
Jimmy,
has got some bad luck.
But once they are in the air, it's really quite comfortable. You're nice and warm in these pouches, even though they do fly very high in the sky where it would be very chilly with the drafts and stuff. But you're nice and warm and snuggly in their little pouches, and it's a very smooth flight. Less turbulence than what you would expect, and a lot less turbulence than them running.
Oleg was, as we were coming down, he was about ready to use one of his spells to try to save himself. out of fear. So yeah, Oleg has his eyes closed through most of this.
So the day passes pretty uneventfully. The kin are going to just fly through the entirety of the day. As far as, stopping and stuff, it's not really something that they can do because they have to have a good place that they can take flight from. They can't just fly directly from the ground. But as it starts to get to, midday or so, you start watching, and as you're looking, you see that they're starting to descend towards a clearing.
This is where we're sitting down for the night.
Yes, this is oh, good God, I can't talk. Kinrest. We'll stop here for the tonight, because if we keep going, there's not another good place for us to take off. before we reach the mountain.
It'd be good to stretch the legs and let you guys rest. Thank you for your help.
Oh, well, we're going to take you the rest of the way in the morning.
Yes, but I can still be
Oh,
thankful.
well, you're very welcome.
So we land, set up camp.
So this is where you are going to land. I'm not going to worry about putting all your tokens on because you're going to land about in this area here. And as you guys land for the day, we will end the session here.
Alrighty.
Now, before we end, Oleg's gonna go have a conversation with Octavius.
Sure.
Couldn't help but notice you're having quite the itch.
I just look at you like utter shock.
So, Octavius,
Yeah, it was
what
from
your
those
dream was about?
bugs. I've got a couple of the bites that aren't healing.
Well, as fate holds, I happen to be a cleric that's good at healing. Would you like some assistance?
As long as I don't have to drop trowel.
Don't you not wear pants?
I have shorts on. I keep my jibbies tucked away.
So, Oleg need to do like a medicine check.
Sure, give me a medicine check.
No, you are not medicine choking because I don't need everyone to know I've got scabies.
Oh wow, that is amazing. That is a 29.
So with a
God.
29, you can tell. How are you checking him first off? You just doing like a mental.
Oh no, I'm like rubbing my hands like all over trying to find where like the bug bites are, because he's telling me these are like bug bites, and I'm worried that there might have been like venom in him that's affecting him, and he
Gotcha.
doesn't want. So he's not
Like
bad at all.
here, total shame right now.
So as you're doing this medicine check, no, they're not venomous. I mean, you guys all got some of these bites. It almost just seems like Octavius kind of has maybe a bit of an allergic reaction to them, kind of like Jaden in the summer with the mosquitoes. They're healing.
Rude.
It just takes longer for Octavius to heal from this particular insect than the rest of you have.
Yeah, mosquitoes make me itch, but they couldn't have given me swelling too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Oleg will give him a salve to put on. But this should help you out. Be less uncomfortable.
I appreciate it. Let's not talk about this.
So what did you dream about?
I was at a pub that I used to frequent, and I saw some old acquaintances there.
Yeah? Family? Or just
No, just some people that I used to hang around with quite a bit.
wow.
As a true bard, you would now break into song and start singing "Somebody That I Used to Know."
Well, at least you
As
have.
a master bard, I'm really good at lying too, so it's just an acquaintance.
Yeah. I don't think it flies by Oleg, but he doesn't press it. This ridiculously high passive perception. So, um,
I don't know, should we roll for it?
if you want.
See if my line of bullshit that I just fed you is gonna stick or not. Hold on. What about even deception or something?
Yeah.
That would have.
You would be rolling deception, What do you want me to roll, babe?
I'd say
Perception, insight.
probably insight seems more.
Oh,
I got a 22.
26.
I don't know. You see
Bloody
right
hell.
through it. Oleg sees all.
Yes.
He just kind of eyeballs me with that bombastic side eye, like I know better. So
Yeah,
I kind of
pat you on the back, but you know that I know, but Oleg doesn't say anything. And
I
It's
just
like
kind of whisper. It was an old girlfriend of mine,
it's
sort of.
understandable. Well, was it at least a happy dream? Did you have a happy ending in your dream, or?
hey guys, what are
No,
you
because I
doing?
found out she charges me more than she charges everyone else.
Oh, Jasmine, we're just he just had a little bit of a rash, so I was just kind of giving him some stuff to help out,
Oh, okay.
from those nasty bugs that we dealt with.
Oh, can I help with anything? Do you want me to take a look?
No,
Nope, I'm
I
good.
got it covered.
Okay, just checking in.
So what'd you dream about, Jasmine? You're awful quiet about it.
Oh, nobody had asked. Um, I was thinking about my mother, and
Oh, me too.
I didn't see anything.
When you went to sleep, you didn't have a dream about anything?
No.
You drank the water, though.
Yeah. Um, Only as a memory refresher, I'm not going to make you roll for it, but when you guys first met Jasmine, do you remember what happened when she touched the topaz?
Didn't she have a panic attack?
No.
Didn't she pass out?
Also, no.
No?
No. So part of the.
She realized she's not a real boy.
She actually died, and this has all been her coma dream.
No, no. So part of what the topaz does is it clears your minds and can also allow you visions of loved ones that have been lost. And a vision of her mother's spirit appeared before her and told her to travel with you guys, that you guys were on a just quest and that she should go with you. So from that, you know that her mother is dead.
Right.
So she didn't have anybody else to see in the dream?
So what you can surmise from the thoughts that you guys were having as you laid down to go to sleep, as well as what Jasmine was thinking of, she was thinking of her mother. Her mother's dead, so there was nothing for her to dream of, because it actually takes you to the place where the person that you're dreaming of, or if you're dreaming of a place, you actually see that place. You're physically there, even though you're not, if that makes sense. You're basically a spirit.
You
Or
know what?
like a
You're kind of
ghost.
horrible for this because this is just making what you made me dream of even worse.
Yep.
Because I had itchy junk and it made me think of my ex.
Yes, because she might have given you a little something extra. So Blake was thinking about her family, and she dreamt of her family. Salem was trying to remember, her past, of where she comes from and her family, and dreamt of her mother. And Oleg, you were thinking about Dell and, this journey that you've been on, and Jared is the one that sent you guys on this quest.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy. The blacksmith.
Blacksmith.
Yeah. Good friend to all of you. Well, okay. You too.
To half of us.
Yeah, to half of
Yeah.
you.
Oleg will pat Jasmine on the shoulder and be like, well, for what it's worth, we can be your family, Jasmine.
Well, yes. I mean, yeah, we kind of are like family. And I did feel my water skin while we were there. Hey, Bruna. Bruna will waddle over. Yeah, can I help you with something? Jasmine will say, so I filled my canteen when we were at the spring. Will that still, the effects still work? Bruna says, yes, anytime you drink from the spring, whether it's straight from the string or from a, canteen or a glass, it'll still work.
Bullock's trying to devise a plan of like making up all these water container things and like force drink, fake making the graveyards all drink it.
Oh, my canteen's filled without water, and I'm having second thoughts about wanting to drink from it again.
I mean, what are the chances of you having the same dream twice, right?
Well, as long as I don't itch.
Guess we'll find out tonight, huh?
I mean, there is water here too. We have fresh water. We can reserve what's in our canteens for the trip.
But experiment.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's that too. It could
Only
be,
takes a little bit.
but it could be a handy tool if, there's somebody specifically that you wanted to check on.
This is also true. Well, do we need to set up a watch list?
No, because it's still early afternoon as you guys have landed. This is where they have a good area that they can take off from. So you've got time throughout the day to finish exploring and stuff while you're here, but it was just gonna go into next session.
Yep. No.
So I'll leave it with this though. If anybody does anticipate that they want to drink from their flask or whatever the hell carrying water device you have, let me know ahead of time. That way I kind of can prepare for that, and specifically what you would be thinking of or who or where. Otherwise, you don't have homework.
Okay. I mean, I think Salen is probably has that bag, and she's probably just going to keep trying to get as many memories as she can.
Yeah,
Just
I
think
wouldn't
about,
blame
all
her.
right, do I have siblings this time?
Yep.
And I might even want to check on my family instead of the whore I used to date.
And date is a really strong way
Hey.
of putting it.
Does a date
You're
cost you money when you go out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually.
Do
Depends
you
on what side
spend
of that
time
date you're on.
together? Do you spend time together while spending that money?
Yeah.
I
But
hope
a
so.
date usually implies that there's going to be some type of possible relationship to bloom from it.
Hey, a finance relationship is still a relationship.
This is true. You
Yes,
got me there.
I'm her sugar goat. So
He was her favorite.
Uh-huh.
Or so she said.
obviously not, because she charged me 22 coins silver more. So I obviously wasn't her favorite, but
Well, obviously you got extra in the deal. From the scratching.
yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yep.
Yep.
And after your very, very thorough medicine check, I know I don't have the scabies. It's just bug bites.
Yep. Well, that was fun.
I like the kin. I'll have to find a picture. I'll post it in the Discord of what they say that they look like in the anime. Because they're
Yeah.
I went and
kinda
looked them
ugly.
up because one the kin.
They look like ugly kangaroos or something with weird heads. I didn't like them.
They certainly look like they're something.
They didn't look nearly as cute as they described them as in the books.
I'm never going to look them up because forever they are chancy with wings.
Chancy.
Yep.
Yep.
When they eat the pine cones, they turn into Blissey.
And they're gray, so all the pictures of these Pokemon are in color, so I had to go make them grayscale.
So is the anime and like cartoon version or like anime manga?
I don't know. I have never watched it. I've just stolen some of the pictures from it here and there. I've only
Yeah, they
read
made
the
like an
books.
anime in the '90s.
What's the anime called so I can watch it so I can know something that's going on in this world?
I think it's just called Deltora Quest,
Yeah.
and it's an anime
Okay.
because Deltora Quest got really popular in Japan for some reason.
I wouldn't jump
Right,
too
so-
deep into it, so it's all kind of a surprise, too.
Yeah, because if you get too in depth, then you're just metagaming it.
And like reading the
But
module.
If I watch the Deltora anime, at least then I know what you guys are talking about.
Maybe like if you watch the first bits of it,
up to where we are.
Did you read the stuff that I had posted that you guys needed to read in the critical item stuff?
Some of it, yes.
I mean,
Some
'cause
of it.
that tells you the stuff that you need to know.
That is important. I recommend reading that fully, completely, 100%, word for word.
Which
I
I
keep
take it
having-
you haven't done either.
I've been playing this since fucking session 1. I don't have to read it. I know what's
Well,
going
and you
on.
did read it before we even started for some of it, and then some of it was in the lore dump in episode 1.
Yeah.
So,
So, like, I know what's going on. Thank you very much.
I mean, for that matter, if you want to, all of my streams are on YouTube. You can go back and watch the previous streams from the earlier episodes.
Can you post a link to your YouTube?
I can definitely do that. And part of the reason I do that is mostly I'm not going to get fucking YouTube famous. I don't care about that, but it's like really nice when I forget what's happened, I can go back and watch the shit.
Yeah.
And I could just listen to them while I'm working and get caught up on what everyone's done and stuff I've missed.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem.
You might want to skip the fighting scene in the games.
Why? Oh, all the nut biting? Might be a little too
Well-
close to home.
Oleg was extremely physical and mean. He hurt people, including Titanius.
I mean, but it is what happened. It's still a part of you.
Huh?
It was a whole thing.
Yeah, I broke elbows and knees and
He was bending a lot of joints backwards that don't go that way.
What?
Okay.
And there was some dick biting. It was a good time.
Ooh, we love dick fighting.
Do we really?
And now we have Chansey. Yay!
Yep.
I want to go home.
You are home.
I know, I want to go home.
I want my mommy. I'm right here. I torture you, child.
Alright, I'm gonna hop
I
off.
am your mommy now.
Uh,
Okay.
Adios.
well, on
Right,
that note,
Thank
Bye.
you for